yo.
All right, go ahead. He tells, go ahead. No. I'm going to say it.
Yo, and welcome to another episode of the Let's Talk Footy podcast. Yours truly, Samson.
No bell.
And it's Dag.
What's going on, boys? It's been a week. International break has been going on, but we've got a lot of things to talk about. We didn't get to, talk about previous week's match. That 4-4 incredible match, Man City versus Chelsea. I'm kind of surprised as a Chelsea fan. We were able to.
That shit was electric.
That was amazing. That was probably one of the best games I've watched this season.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That was the best game of the year for sure.
I was a neutral fan watching it, bro.
But
You said you felt like a neutral fan?
I wish I was.
yeah, it was emotional. We were up 2-1 at one point, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were up at 2-1. They scored 2, and then it was 3-2. Then we came back, scored.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That was
a thriller.
It was a roller coaster, emotional roller coaster. I made money off the game though.
No way.
Yes, sir. I booked a tie. It was
You booked a tie for the match.
Yeah, I booked a tie for the match before it began.
Betting on ties.
I had a little bit of insider info from my man Paul Merson, so went ahead and
I didn't know you had the script, bro.
Nah. He's been getting it right. Like he's just been getting it right. And so it was like a joke. I was like,
really?
What else? What can I lose? I was like, fuck it. So I was like $50. Like if
50 for what?
Yeah, 50 on the bet.
Dude, probably like plus his return. It was probably like 50 for like what 130.
170. Yeah.
170. That's
Yeah,
good.
what a
That's
total
including the
return.
return.
Yeah.
So 120. Yeah.
Well, no. The total.
That's
thing was
220.
Like 190. So it was like
140
yeah.
return. 140
Yeah,
return.
it was 140 return.
Okay, but yeah, incredible match. Everyone here is a Chelsea or City fan, so let's get to it. Let's get Nobo's reaction first and foremost on the match. How did you feel like your boys did?
Bro, we played a meaty game, bro. I mean, it was like classic. I mean, scoring 4 goals is not a surprise for us. So I mean, if you watch the game, it's not like we played like that great of a game. Bro, I just cannot remember the last time we conceded 4 goals in one match. That's the only thing. It's like, well, I'm not worried. I mean, Chelsea played the game of their fucking life, man. And we played like, a regular game that we played. And at the end of the day, it came out to 1 point. And that's not a knock on Chelsea. We shouldn't be drawing Chelsea, don't get me wrong. But my point is like, I'm just not worried. It's just another game.
How about you, Dag?
It's for me. It was just another sad like. Of course, the entire game was full elation. Once we went 1-0 down, it was kind of like damn, here we go again.
It felt like it was gonna be one of those days.
Yeah.
Right?
It was like here we go again.
2-0, 3-0 kind of game.
But then just instantly they just responded, and so I wasn't expecting that. But so for the rest of the game, it was like elation and just like excitement. But then afterwards, it's just like, how is it that every single time we go up against these big teams, we're able to perform, but then we go away
Brentford and we just
or we have a home like the Wolves at home and we'll just get spanked. Like, you get what I mean?
I guess it's not like I guess there's no motivation going into the game because it's you're playing Wolves. It's like you're not prepared. You're not having a game. You're not having a script for the game.
Thankfully, we have Newcastle coming up, so it's like at least
that's the game you have to.
Yeah. So at least it's like a game where we can expect a performance from them. So at least we can expect them to keep on going and carry it
total
forward.
32 shots from both clubs.
Right.
That's crazy.
But as for the game, dude, absolute insanity. My personal opinion, it was. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Mm-hmm. I kind of thought that we were in the losing end for most part of it because I just felt like we were getting the.
You're always rebounding. You're saying we're always rebounding.
We're not really a counterattacking team. Like, although when we go up against these big teams and we end up like the way that we play well is counterattacking, we're not normally a counterattacking.
Well, against City, I feel like you're always gonna have to be a counterattacking team.
Right. But what I'm saying is, like, if you look at the statistics for us as a counterattacking side, we're terrible. Like,
That's
just in the.
I feel like what the best thing that we do, we respond.
I'm talking about in the aspect of counterattacking. The quick plays, the fact that you have to launch it over the top, the fact that you need to play a decisive ball. Like, we can't do that. That's what I'm saying. We can't do that. So to see it happen, it was like, what the fuck is going on, right? So it was like, as for the players specifically,
But I mean, how many goals came off a counter?
Well, it's not even about that. We were actually creating off of the counter.
Fair.
Like, we don't normally do
Yeah,
that.
fair.
Normally, Thiago Silva's holding the ball for 30 seconds before we can even create. Like,
Fair.
you get what I'm saying? Normally, he's drawing a graph while he's out there trying to like dictate play and everything. But with this one, they were just moving it. I mean, of course, that has to do with y'all pressing the shit out of us.
100%.
But it's like just to see it was like it was really nice. And bro, Raheem Sterling had his best game in like 3 years.
He had the vengeance in him.
We haven't seen this kind of Sterling performance in a long time. And I don't know what.
Well, he had it. Well, I think his other the other good game that he had.
He's been good.
Loon was a good game. Loon was
my nigga, he had Kyle Walker on skates.
100%.
On skates.
I'm saying against a big club,
on
for sure.
skates, bro. Like, so I'm telling you, we have not seen this kind of performance from Sterling in a really
But it
long
shows
time.
you what our team is capable of, right?
Exactly.
That's what it shows you. So, like, when we go into games, like you said, against Wolves, or even like next week against Newcastle, we should win a game like that.
But
Yeah,
the
but
thing is with Chelsea is, you guys are like, it's like similar to the Redskins. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you guys are
American
ass.
football term.
No,
For the viewers.
Commanders.
They gonna hate that.
Where you guys play up tier competition when you play a big team, but then you also kind of play down sometimes when you play a smaller club. And it's the same shit, just at a higher level than we do. We're fucking dick.
No, I get it. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. And to be honest, I really didn't have a single complaint. Like, even though we let in 4 goals, I couldn't even complain.
I mean, it's City.
I mean,
we're playing the best team in the
on
Premier
top of
League,
that,
you
hey,
feel
that nigga Holland, bro, I'm telling you, scumbag. I'm so glad he missed out on the Euros. I'm so glad he missed out on the Euros. I'm so glad he missed out on the Euros. Scumbag. He's a scumbag. That's what it is.
Is it because he got
He's a
injured?
scumbag. I hate him. No. Not even because he got injured. I just hate him personally. For one, he hadn't scored against us until then, right? So it was like a little bit of like a personal thing. For at least you would expect the team to have a little bit of a personal thing.
Right.
He scored at damn near every single other team. You would think. If you were one of the 2 clubs that he hasn't scored against,
Nigga
you would
walked in
think
and had
like
2 goals
that's
and
what I'm
assists.
saying. Okay, all right. Pipe down. He's trying. He's flopping against Cucurella. Really?
2 goals and an assist.
He's flopping
bro.
against Cucurella though.
Bro,
All right.
2 goals and an
All right.
assist.
Whatever, bro.
Was
He's
that a
ball.
penalty? Was that a
In my
penalty?
opinion,
That's
I'm glad he didn't get the Ballon d'Or, bro. Shout out Messi. Shout out Messi.
Wait, hold
You
on.
deserved it.
Yo, that's
I'm not a Holland fan. I'm a City fan, bro. We won the
Nah,
treble.
fuck
That's all that
nigga.
matters
I hate
to
him.
me.
I hate him. Fuck that nigga.
Fair enough.
And I'm glad we got 2 Champions League now. 'Cause it doesn't matter. You got 1.
over
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. That shit don't matter. You got a
Real
treble.
soon.
Don't matter. You got a treble. You
gonna
got
be
1.
equal.
That's all that matters.
Where's your treble?
It don't matter.
And we're gonna be equal come June. We're gonna be equal.
You got 1.
It's all talk. It's all talk. That's all talk.
Yeah,
You really think y'all are gonna run it
Yeah.
back?
You're like landslide best team in Europe.
bro. It's not a landslide, but I'm confident that we'll beat anyone that we play.
No, man.
I don't know. Nah, Real Madrid ain't no
Well,
looking
Vinicius
at
out for
that.
2.5
And Vinny's
months?
out for
yeah.
2 months. Yeah.
That's right. That's 2.5 months, but he'll be back by February, right?
Yeah, but I mean, if they
All of our
can
players
keep
will
up
be
until
back,
then,
but-
like
De
bro,
Bruyne will be
like,
back in January,
Who do they
right?
have then? You
Bro,
know,
our
Brahim.
whole fucking franchise
My G,
is injured right
you
now.
realize Brahim Diaz is gonna have to start making appearances, right? Like the team is like very, very thin. Real Madrid is very thin. They cannot be affording to take these injuries.
Yeah.
So it's like you got, I don't know. Real Madrid is looking a little shaky. Like Bellingham is going to have to do even bigger carry job.
They're gonna make it out.
That's not-
After that, I don't know. That's what we're talking about. After that, I don't know.
They'll probably be back by then. I mean, it's November, 2.5 months. Come February,
My G,
unless we draw them in the round of 16, which we won't, assuming we both win our groups, it's impossible for us to.
I feel like we were really like underestimating like their attacking prowess. Like not underestimating, we're overestimating their attacking.
You think Real Madrid's?
No, I'm just talking about the knockout stage. of
Like they just don't
Champions
have
League.
the
I'm
numbers.
just saying they'll be back,
I'm
though.
saying they don't have the numbers.
They don't.
Like
They don't have the
the
numbers.
personnel.
They
Like,
got 2 niggas. Yeah.
Yeah, they have Rodrigo and Belling and Joseph. Like that's it. You get what I mean? Like if one of them goes down, do you really? They might not make
But
it out of the group
Bellingham's
stages.
not even a forward. Yeah.
Like they might not make it out of the group stages. Like bro, they might not. If they,
I mean, bro, we have to see where they are right now.
we still not have like 2-3 games left to play.
2,
Only
right?
2.
Yeah. Because Champions League finishes end like.
Nah, nigga, they got 12 points.
they good already?
Napoli with 7, and then Braga with 3.
They're going
They're
down.
clear. They're clear.
That goes to show, man. When your team's not in the Champions League, you don't watch that shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. I only watch United. I've been following United on Champions League, but I wanted to get into that.
Fucking terrorism.
Oh, they're good. Never mind. Yeah, they can lose like 3 games for the next 2.
Anyways, getting
But
into
no, after that, yeah, the round of 16,
second,
I don't know.
and
But
then
the
draw
round of
like a
16,
big
I don't know.
team.
getting into other things going on in the Premier League. So obviously the international break is going on right now. How do you guys feel about the Prem going forward? I feel like
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about me.
Yeah.
now obviously I know who I'm talking to. But no international football.
I mean, y'all saw the Everton news, right?
What?
They took 10 points away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Was it because of last year? Or?
FFP. Just
Yeah.
the shit they've been fucking around. But I mean, shit. You scared?
Bro, we were the top grossing team last season, so I mean, I would hope we made that shit fucking back.
115 financial violations.
That shit's cap. Until a nigga shows me all 115 with the receipts and everything, that shit's cap, bro.
But you know where like some of the information is coming out of, right?
Where?
I don't know where it's coming out of, but like.
So it was someone that worked at Man City that's leaking shit. Or that leaked.
Are there clubs or just on?
No. Someone that worked at Man
mad
City.
His salary got cut. Bro.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Some shit like it had to be.
Nigga got sent home and he's sick now.
Yeah. So he just leaked. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I'm scared too. I ain't even gonna cap. They probably gonna hit us something too. I don't think they're gonna strip. I don't think they're gonna strip trophies or anything like that. But they could genuinely they could.
We haven't won a trophy in a minute.
They could relegate us.
But I think the thing is,
my nigga, they could.
I feel like your issue is different than ours.
They took 10 points for one fucking violation.
The difference between us and you guys, I feel like you guys still have time.
Yeah, we did.
I feel like they're gonna give you guys, to make it back at least.
They've been doing it for like 4 or 5 years,
and we've been successful for those years. So,
how do you guys feel about United?
I mean, they haven't been doing it for 4 or 5 years. What are you talking about? They've been doing it for like 10, 15 years.
Oh, I'm talking.
This is how they started their fucking dynasty.
Hey.
It's not talking about. That's why he said that point about we made 700 million last year. Because they're not talking about that. They're talking about 10 years ago. How the fuck you make 500 million?
Hey.
How the fuck
I'm not the financial advisor.
Bro, it's really weird when you look at it, because like we're sitting, everyone and their mother was talking about how are they getting it, how are they buying this guy, how are they buying this guy back then, but now all of a sudden they want to do something about it. I don't know, shit's wild.
Hey, but wise really man wild. Once told me game is game, so.
I know, right? And then watch 10 years in the future, they're gonna say some shit about the Enzo deal, the Caicedo deal.
Right. When Enzo's like,
y'all niggas about to be us in like 6 years.
Yeah, right? Like.
But what I was gonna say was getting into other Prem things. About Man United, I was gonna ask you guys about.
Bro, the thing is with United, bro, it's like as shit as they've been, they're still ahead of niggas like Newcastle and Brighton. So I mean, it's like how shit have they really been? I mean, it's just like.
They might not make. They're probably not making out Champions League. So like,
it's not even that, bro. It's just so ugly watching them niggas play. Like,
they either win or
even
they lose.
The games where they get 3 points, it's so disgusting. They either
win or they lose.
And I feel like, you know what's crazy? Talking to United fans, they have so much loyalty to Ten Hag. Like I don't know what it is, but it's like I'm not hearing sack Ten Hag.
My dad's starting to get fed up.
I'm saying because I'm like, bro, like if I was a United fan, I would be like sack Ten Hag by now.
For what?
I don't know. I just feel like
I mean, if you're watching the game, bro, and you're seeing Rashford walking,
yeah,
it's like is that Ten Hag's fault?
Have
you seen Martial just on the field?
When you're watching Andre Onana on his knees before a person has even arrived in the box, like I don't think you can blame him.
Bro, the thing is, bro, United's went through 5 managers in 7 years. You're just no team is gonna find success like that.
And to be honest,
I hate to be that guy, but like. Dude, Arteta took time. Like a lot of these managers, it didn't happen overnight, and that's just what it like. It's like
Arteta kind of did happen overnight.
It was like 2 years.
If he didn't have that, if he didn't have that FA Cup, he would have gone.
But my thing is, he was there for years.
No, but I'm saying, had he not, because it was, I think it was
he won in his first season.
But had he not had the FA Cup,
bro, did you see the team he won that shit with?
Bro, the next season he was in relegation battles, bro. In the beginning of the season, like they would have gotten him booted.
But without it, they gave him time. They gave him years
because of the FA Cup. And the reason why Man U gonna give him time is because of the care about. Same way.
Yeah, and I just think like
you win a title.
Bro, the things with United is they're still like living off that Fergie life. Like, bro, my dad was showing me this TikTok. Some guy who's like, "Oh, you have time to live like we grew up with Fergie and shit." And when I say they're living off that Fergie life, is where like they don't accept like a Carabao Cup is like to them they're just like whatever. Like, nigga, you gotta accept that. That's your first title in what 6 years? Your first cup since you won Europa back in 2017. Correct me, with Jose.
Like 10, 11 years.
That's my point. And I just think with United, I mean, but you've seen the moments of like I don't want to say greatness, but when the team actually looks like a team together, and I just think, you know, you bring in like once.
But who do they bring in? Because it's like they go to Champions League, right?
Bro, the thing
and they're
is,
playing
like, they want to
and they're scared of losing the game. They lose the teams to like Copenhagen.
They want to change the way they're playing, right? And they like want to dominate the ball, and they brought in a ball playing keeper. But the issue is when you have a ball playing keeper, if you don't have a ball playing center back, it's fucking useless because you have to play through levels. the guy's just not gonna go play to the midfield. Like you want to start from the back.
It's not Neuer, you feel me?
It's not. No, it's not even that, bro.
Even Neuer had fucking Jerome Boateng, bro. They have ball playing center backs.
Bro, Ederson's the best, like one of the best ball playing.
Like he had ball playing center backs, bro.
Dude, Ederson's one of the best ball playing keepers ever, but he also had John Stones. He has Ruben Diaz at the point, and players that can play with the ball. So I mean, there's no point in bringing in a ball playing keeper when the center backs can't really play the ball. The only one that really can play the ball pretty well is Lindelof, but I mean that's just not like a 90-minute week in week out player like Varane or Martinez when he's healthy.
Play with the ball as well.
Yeah, he can. He can.
So can Martinez.
He could.
It's just injuries have also been affecting him. Like bro, it's about. This is the problem. Like when you look at like the basis of like how he wants to play, like everybody can. I feel like that's why they're giving him time because they understand how he wants to play. They can just see that the team is incapable of that shit. Yeah. You get what I mean? Like they see how they're creating chances, but they see how niggas over here is fluffing his lines.
Dude,
right?
It's just like they need to like clear out.
Like if you look,
clear house, bro. Like there's no
I
reason why
I think that's a
niggas like Johnny Evans shouldn't be playing in a Champions League game.
Yeah.
Martial should never be on the team.
Never be on a Premier League team in general. Like I feel like Martial, he's passes. You know what I mean? Like.
Yo, and when I told you niggas that nigga was gonna go to Turkey or some random ass country like a year ago, you and Yoni looked at me like I was fucking crazy, bro.
Martial?
Yeah, I told you. I was like, bro, he's the next Dele Alli. Like he's absolutely shit, and he's leaving
like his girlfriend and stuff like that. It was like a big.
Before or after he went to Sevilla?
Oh no, he came back. When he came back to United.
Yeah, and you were surprised that he was trash at Sevilla.
Yeah, but I'm saying
I was surprised he stayed at Man United.
But now, but what I'm saying now is what I'm seeing this season is just like I don't know. I don't think he's supposed to be like on a Premier League team in general.
No, bro. Like, yeah, Tony Martial has always been like a very like.
Dude, it's just like
a very underperforming.
If a doctor performs the same way Martial performs on the pitch, he's fired in a week.
Yeah.
So it's like the level of accountability is not even there.
Tony's never been that guy. So like to think that he had any sort of like security at Man U was crazy.
But security is like he comes back and he's on the bench and the next thing you know he's starting him. You feel me? So it's like
I mean he's not the only reason he's starting him is because Rashford has done ran. You have to, bro. That's why. It's so incredibly like hard when you look at the way that they actually play. Like when you look at the way that they actually play, he has to use his entire 11, and then he has to use like the 5 subs that they give you. You get what I mean?
Right.
Like his entire thing is constant movement, right? Mm-hmm. That's the whole like the Ajax mentality. Right. You get what I mean?
Which I think is kind of like messing him up in the you know what I mean?
It really
in the back end because it's like
really is.
Netherlands football and like Premier League football. No, it's not even like
it's not even that. It's the matter of like the team understanding where and how that they have to play, right? So I feel like Bruno's probably the one that like, and I hate giving this guy any credit, but like Bruno really understands like what his manager wants him to do, basically, right? So even though it's more of like he does take those chances, I don't know whether that's like a manager like telling him, you know, feel free to get the green light, like you know how they have in basketball, right? Like you know you got the shot.
Just that guy with the team, so I feel
right, but like when you see him like on the field, like actually move his movement style, like he's moving into the pockets that he's demanding the ball, right? You get what I mean? And then it's opening up. It's dumb space. The game, what game was it? I can't remember who they were playing, but remember when Bruno was playing like basically right back, like he would shift into right back, and then like the team would just scatter. If you watch like Man United, you can't watch them from a regular like game angle. You almost have to watch them from like a widespread angle because of how wide they use the pitch, right? Mm-hmm. It's Man City, but Man City does it much more organized. Like they don't shift their players around.
It's 11 drunk niggas.
Yeah. But when you watch like the way that they open the field, like the way that they play from the back, like it actually works. But then you watch the most atrocious touch you've ever seen in your life from a dime that Onana will ping 60 yards. And then the most atrocious, the worst touch of all time that just concedes the ball. And
bro, it's not just that. It's like also like, bro, they're on the wide. They're so lousy. Like when like on the wide, whether it's the fullbacks, whether it's the wingers, it's so lousy. And I don't know if you watch Højlund play, but he makes so many great runs. Yeah, where, like if he's playing in a team like City or something, like he's scoring like an insane amount of goals. But I mean, Rashford and Anthony, like he doesn't want to pass first. He's not a pass first player. He wants to like Jafara, do a skistan, all that shit on the wing. And by the time he's done with his whole dancing, Like, you know, the whole defense is back. Hoyland's made his run. He's in an offside position, and the whole thing is just cooked. And if he brings in some players who are on the wing who are just like kind of like a pass first, yeah, I mean, it's like the team is like they're not all on the same page the way they want to play. Where it's like Rashford wants to do his own thing, Anthony wants to do his own thing, Bruno wants to play as a team the way Ten Hag wants.
Well, where do you put Rashford if he's not good on the wing? Where do you put him?
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm a
you
fucking
bench him,
transfer
bro.
market.
No,
bro.
you bench him. Like what
Because
happened
it's
last
like
time?
Hoyland, like,
What
he's-
happened last time he was underperforming and they decided to look for other
I don't know
options?
what game it was, but I remember Hoyland. I think it was Brentford, but it was like first 15 minutes, like Rashford was doing the same exact thing. He would just go down the wing, holding the ball. And
Dog.
Hoyland would have so many like nice opportunities, right?
bro.
And then one time he gave the ball to Hoyland, he scored a goal, and then like after that, Rashford started being more passive. But it's like,
Bro,
That's-
Rashford's
that-
peak lasted shorter than Benzema's, bro. That shit's crazy, dog.
You know, they say this every single year, and
got
then he
on
comes
LeBron
back
James
and
pod?
has another like half peak. Like,
Dude, he was my first round pick.
he
too,
is
to FPL. Like,
he
it
is
makes me so
he
salty.
is literally a seasonal he's a seasonal footballer.
Wonder Boy.
A seasonal,
Yeah.
yeah, a seasonal
Dude, I want you guys.
every 2 months, like he just comes around.
And I was talking with my dad, and I feel like, bro, the thing is, like, the way United wants to play, and a player that complements Hoyland is Jadon Sancho. But with all the issues that they have going on, I just feel like, obviously, Sancho's never going to play a game in a Man United shirt. But I feel like his play style would complement Hoyland's.
I agree.
But, I mean, you know, at the beginning of the year, I was placing some season bets. And actually, the worst bet of my life. I took Sancho over 5.5 goals. And the nigga hasn't
In a
even made.
game?
No.
Are you dumb?
My fault.
He said season bet, bro.
My fault.
But I don't think the niggas even made 5 appearances, bro. On all honesty,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And I sent it to my cousin, and he was like, "This might be the biggest thinker in the history of sports, bro."
Yeah. He said that was the worst. 5 goals, bro. It's not even that crazy.
It's the most reasonable. Is that too much?
5 goals.
I swear that's so reasonable,
That's
bro.
so reasonable. You won't even get 5 appearances, dog.
Do you see United getting
I hope Sancho goes somewhere in Europe and just turns the fuck
He
up.
has to leave
And I
England,
hope-
bro.
I hope-
You
No,
know
he's
what it
leaving
is?
in January for
that
sure.
pace.
I hope he gets to turn up against United too.
I don't think anyone realized that he was genuinely that slow, bro. Like, it's almost like the way that the Bundesliga is played. It's crazy because he was performing in the Champions League too. But for some reason, it's just like when he came here, just slowed.
It's
Just
not
slowed
even
down.
that he's slow. It's he plays slow. Cause I mean he's like an average like speed guy. Like he's not like fast or anything, but he's not slow. But he just plays kind of like slow. But like also when you have Hoyland who tracks back, that allows him to make his runs, and that's why I feel like they complement each other well. But you know, him and Ten Hag are over here on some like Kardashian beef. bro.
Ronaldo
So,
Jr.
like, who knows, bro? Nigga will never play another game in the Man United shirt.
And man,
bro.
maybe Ten Hag is a little bit of a narcissistic persona, man.
100%, bro. Dude, everyone is complaining
Hey,
about
dude,
that, bro.
Ten Hag.
Literally, I don't know
he
who
got
leaked it,
into
but
it. He got into it with one of his players recently. I can't remember who it was, but he got into it with one of his
the
players.
guy has the ego that
And-
benches Ronaldo. Like, I don't know.
I feel like he learned from the Sancho situation where he didn't take it to the media and call that player out, say they were lazy, they're this, they're that. But he did say it was like a personal thing. Bro, I'm trying to remember who it was, bro. Continue, bro. It'll come back to me at one point, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree with that because, I think it
thought you
wasn't
said
only
you-
Ronaldo,
I
but
thought
it's
you
just a
said
lot
you-
of players who've been like, I wouldn't say affected, but like have complained about Ten Hag and his,
Nah,
really
you said a lot.
not a lot, but I feel like it's definitely like a rumor. Like I've definitely heard it multiple times on how like Ten Hag could be just.
I didn't know you had the inside tell, bro. I mean,
Nah,
I
this
didn't
is
hear
all
about
this is all
This is news to
social
me.
No,
media.
this is news to me too.
Ten Hag being a toxic coach.
No, yeah,
No,
not a
you
toxic.
said a lot of players complaining about it.
Yeah,
I just
haven't
feel
heard
like
that.
after what we saw from Ronaldo, and then you don't
It was
think,
literally just Ronaldo.
you think that was all Ronaldo?
I can't. No, it was just him. Like he was the sole person. I can't think of, and like James Sancho, of course. But like
Yeah.
apart from them two, I can't really think of anyone else he's at beef with. Even Maguire, he benched him for so long, and Maguire didn't say shit. He was still like, yeah, I just gotta work harder.
Maguire's
I just gotta work
solid
harder.
when he
Yeah.
plays this season.
No, but I'm
in
saying
all
like
honesty.
last year, you know how he
Yeah,
benched
no,
him, and like
definitely.
he didn't like
just
speak
want to
out.
say
Maybe I think maybe that's my fault. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
like,
just
he
like
didn't
Ronaldo
speak
like
out.
not being humble enough to
Nah,
accept the
like
position where
Ericsson, they signed Ericsson on a new contract,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then they want to sign Mount, And then they went and
Mount and Bruno were never gonna work together.
But you get what I mean. Like they signed Erickson,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. So like him feeling like, okay, maybe I have a bit of an importance in the team, and then they went ahead and signed more players for his position. You would think that would create turmoil, but there's no turmoil there. So to say that Ten Hag is like, I still
but
think
some of his decisions don't make sense.
No, I still think he's like narcissistic in a way of like it's my way or the high fucking way.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
But
definitely.
I feel like players buy into that, and it's the people that don't, that the Jadon Sanchos, the Ronaldos, that you just gotta get them out. Like that's all you can do. Just get them out. Like even
one thing about Ten Hag is
Garnacho to a certain. I'm sorry, but even Garnacho to a certain extent, you would think is one of the players that should be demanding game time or like remember like how Phil Foden, like the same Phil Foden, like
when Foden was like 19 years old,
yeah, when he was like I need to be playing, but like that same like thing, especially when Rashford isn't performing, like you would think that we'd be hearing about it, but you're not. So from like that perspective, like Ten Hag is running the club right, but from like the footballing perspective, that's where it really needs to change.
I mean, and not just that, a lot of his decisions don't make sense, and it's like his self-image isn't good when he's going in the media and he's like, after the Copenhagen game, where he's like, oh, this goal was offside, this wasn't a penalty, this is that, that's this and that. It's just like, look, like at the end of the day, there are excuses, and sometimes there are like fuck ups, but like you have to like stand up, bro. Like, hold your shit, hold yourself accountable. But also his decisions, like, it makes him look bad as a coach when you spent 100 mil on Anthony and he's consistently coming off the bench. And it looks bad when, Ericsson's your only true, like 8. And you had Sabitzer, who played pretty well last season for them on a loan when you brought him in because of an injury. And you let the guy go, and you bring in Mount, and Mount just looks like fucking ass. He's coming off the bench, and you just spent 70 million on him. So it's like you're making all these big purchases, but you're not even using them, and it's not a good reflection of himself. Mm-hmm. But
you see,
I still low key believe in him. I think he can turn it around. I just don't think there's better options. One and two is so quick to just kick him out. You're never gonna find success kicking a nigga out every 2 seconds.
And United fans, I think one thing United fans have to remember: Fergie was at United for 40 years.
My nigga, you cannot ever compare another manager to Fergie.
But I'm saying I'm not saying
no. You cannot ever compare another manager to Fergie, because Fergie's first 10 years in Man United, had it been this generation, he would have gotten sacked 3 times, bruh. Like, what are we talking about? Like, it's totally different generations. Back then, they had managers for 40 years. The managers are basically the owners of the club. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's
I literally
totally
thought Wenger
different.
owned Arsenal because his first name
was Arsenal, bro. Like you gotta understand, like shit is totally different nowadays. Like there's expectations like to a different degree.
I think because of how high of a standard United already has as a club.
No, it's because of the amount of money that's being pumped into the clubs.
Yeah,
it's that simple. Like the standards are much more when there's $100 million. 100 million sounds like a joke. It's like 100 billion. When 1 billion. When a billion is being pumped into a club. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So it's like the standards are totally different when an entire team of Fergie's back in the day cost about what? 50 mil? The entire team? I understand which I'm calling inflation and all that shit, but let's be honest, like sports inflation is totally different from today's from regular money inflation, right? So like, so when you're talking about like,
when you hear about sports inflation and Zinedine Zidane was bought for fucking 71 million in 2001.
Yeah,
that shit sounds like
that's just crazy.
That's like
crazy
$200
money,
million now.
No. It's more than that. It's more than that, bro.
70 million. Bro.
It's like 500 mil now. Yeah. God. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very wild in the sense like for Ten Hag, he needs to understand that this maybe I'll give him January because January is a little hard to pry players away. But if this summer window isn't right, the next summer window, if that shit's not right, then the questions can happen. But until then, I don't think so.
And they're 6th in the Prem right now, 4 points behind Villa.
Yeah. It's a
do you guys see them being top 4?
It's not even about that. It's like, bro, it's like, dude, I'd rather be Chelsea than United right now. Like, even though Chelsea's sitting at 10, it's like you can see like the cooking, and like you can see it coming together.
100%.
And you can see the future building. And
who else won game in the last?
It's just, bro, United's just like it's a mess right now.
I mean, because I feel like we're on two sides of the coin. Because we're on like well, two completely different sides of the coin. We've went the full like youth setup, and they've gone not exactly experienced setup, but they've gone a little bit more.
I think they picked and choose though. Like
no. I'm talking about in the sense like we've gone full
Yeah,
youth.
no,
Because we got rid of
Okay.
all of
You re-race,
experience
yeah.
and like so like even though we get
Niggas
like
we went to
when
high
we get
school with.
injuries, when we get injuries, we're bringing on like academy products.
Yeah.
Instead of them, they're bringing on John Stones and they're bringing on McGuire. You get what I'm saying? So it's like that's where the difference is. Where like.
100%.
That's why I can see what you mean by like it's looking promising, whereas for them it's looking tragic. Like it's like because you can't get better than this because you have players that are more.
It's literally a big ass prostitution like house. Like it's just like they're just bringing niggas in and out, changing the like the
Arsenal
Godfather
3 years ago,
every
basically.
couple
Yeah,
years.
Arsenal 3
It's
years
just
ago.
like you're not gonna be successful. Like what's it called?
You're just not gonna be successful.
I forgot the word I was looking for. Oh, prostitution. Yeah, it's not going to be a successful prostitution like organization.
Going into my next question, which I was gonna ask. Do you guys think United gets top 4?
Fuck no.
No. Chelsea.
Fuck no.
Chelsea.
I
top
don't
4?
think so neither. I think
I
we
think the
get
top
fifth.
4 stays the way it is.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know
Tottenham?
about that
I
one.
think Tottenham and Villa.
Tottenham is dropping like
100%.
flies. Like
After
flies.
losing to us,
Bro, they had
And then,
had
like-
After
nine
losing,
niggas, bro.
they lost.
It was- it
No,
was
they
one,
lost.
like,
They lost.
They lost the game before, but I mean, it's just like
They lost Mickey Van de Ven and James Madison for months.
yeah, that hurts.
For
That
months.
does hurt.
oh yeah, James, I forgot
does
about
For
that.
months. Like they're done. Like they're gonna drop quick.
But I mean, if
They
they
lost their
can,
last 2 games, and we're on international break. Let's see what they do.
It's James Madison. They probably would have.
Oh, they actually have Villa next game. That's so crazy.
No, like James
They have Villa
Madison.
next
James
game.
Madison, they probably would have been able to cope without for a little bit. But
hell.
Mickey's the
They
big
got,
loss.
They got Villa, City, then West Ham.
Yeah,
That's
they-
3 L's.
they're getting
I'm
knocked.
calling it right now.
and Brighton.
Nah, they might be West Ham. They might be West Ham.
I told you, bro. No, West Ham's not gonna be in the top 4 neither.
No, I'm saying their matches.
Oh.
They're playing. Yeah.
I was about to say.
I don't know, I
No,
mean,
top
bro,
4 I
the
think is
thing
gonna be
like-
City,
bro,
Liverpool.
It's a long ass
Arsenal.
season. It's 38 games. And,
Only
you know?
12 games in. So
Hey man, fuck it. I'm gonna throw us in there because I don't
I
like
really
Newcastle.
think we can
I
make
don't
a
like
bounce.
Newcastle, bro. I really don't like Newcastle.
If we can beat Newcastle,
thinking
that's a
with the
real
flow right
statement.
now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a statement. That's
yeah.
a statement. We can
I'm
get
sticking with this 4. I'll stick with it.
With Tottenham,
Yeah, I'll stick with it.
that's wild.
Going into last topic for the pod. Today, obviously, international break, as I mentioned before. Did you see the crazy game? 14-0?
Disgusting, bro. It's
14-0
disgusting.
France. France won 14-0.
I ain't
No,
watching
next
that.
topic.
Why the fuck would I watch
But listen,
that game?
but
Disgusting.
listen.
Why would I watch that? That's like watching like that's like
Disgusting.
watching a 18-year-old playing a 2-year-old on FIFA, bro.
Bro, it was
like, what are you talking about?
Bro, it was 2-0 in 4 minutes.
Come on, bro. That's boring.
All right,
it's
but what my
disgusting.
point was Mbappe after that game secured 300 goals career-wise. That's before Ronaldo, Messi, any of his upper hierarchy competitors. I wanted to ask: is it a landslide question that Mbappe is the best player in the world?
Right now?
Yeah, is that a landslide question to ask? Is that like obvious? Is that like just after everything?
Are
he did-
them niggas even winning? They're not even first in League One, are they?
PSG? They're definitely no. Actually,
I know Nice are undefeated.
Bro, Bellingham is like off a perk right now, bro. Holland still has 13 goals on the season. I mean, I'm not about to. Mbappe hasn't been really. PSG
they're number one
They
by
are
one
number
point.
one.
By 1 point.
By 1 point.
But I mean,
and
bro,
Nice is
like if
undefeated.
you're keeping up with PSG on a week in
Yeah,
week out
I
basis,
still
it's not
think-
like Mbappe's looking the same in PSG like he was like years ago. I'm not saying he's taking a step back or anything, but I'm not gonna go out and say he's.
Like,
I
it kinda-
think he's the best talent in the world, but I wouldn't say he's performing the
Yeah,
best out of everyone.
best player is Bellingham right now.
Yeah.
Bellingham, oh yeah.
Yeah, best
Yeah.
player is Bellingham right now.
Yeah.
Off of a consistency basis. Yeah, we can say
Consistency
that,
basis. I'm just saying that because like I think it's obviously I think Bellingham like right now when it comes to performance, but like overall like it's like Holland or Mbappe, right?
Yeah. Of course.
Right, and then like I think it's Mbappe by landslide. Like
No.
you think Holland is like
Landslide.
Was Mbappe,
Not landslide,
was
but it's-
Mbappe in the Ballon d'Or talks this year?
well that's because
No. The answer is no.
but again he was
The answer is no.
The answer is no.
So it can't be a landslide.
I'm not the way I'm looking at it is just kind of like Mbappe has had like so much success as a young star compared to Holland. I think Holland's been successful as of recent, but I feel like if you're comparing like career wise,
What the fuck, bro? He scored 88 goals in 85 games at Dortmund, bro.
No, it's not. It's not. But what do you mean? Like, what was your original point?
My original point was that Mbappe hit 300 goals, right? So
Right.
I'm saying is like, is Mbappe by landslide the best player in the world
right now.
right now?
So that's not career-wise. That's right now.
That's right now. But like, I mean,
So
the
Bellingham
career,
is
your
better.
career. Okay.
So Bellingham is performing better right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not the best player in the world right now.
Okay. I was just asking because I felt like after
No, I get
300
that.
goals-
Because then you brought up the career point, and I'm like, but we're talking about right now. We're not talking about career.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Before we call it a day, today is November 19th, which within the next like 2-3 days marks the 1 year anniversary of this podcast. I think
Oh yeah.
there's a round of applause.
Let's clap it up. I
Round of
completely
applause.
forgot. Yeah.
Our first,
November 25th was our first podcast.
it was the first upload. We recorded a few
Wow.
days before
Yeah.
that.
So,
But,
Okay, there you go.
yeah. So
History.
shout out everyone that was a
History.
part of the podcast
Day
since
one.
day one. Yeah, we got a lot more stuff coming up. A lot of more things for Prime. I got a lot more new content I'm thinking about doing. Definitely, we'll definitely talk about it as a team, and then you'll be tuned in TikTok, YouTube, IG, all
Hell
that.
yeah.
All
For
that
sure,
good
for
stuff.
sure.
Like, subscribe, follow, and we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Let's go.